Good evening and welcome. Happy birthday, Wolfgang, and it's a delight to have you here to celebrate with us. I was very pleased when I saw the Philadelphia Inquirer this morning and with all of their information about Southport, which is one of my favorite cities, even though Wolfgang didn't like it very much when he lived there, but it's all according to your perspective. He didn't have a very good job relations when he was there, but he worked in a beautiful place. The cathedral in Southport is one of the beautiful churches of Austria. And he wrote some of the music that we're going to be playing tonight for that particular location. There are, in the program, two sonatas, which are called Sonata da Chiesa, or church sonatas, which he wrote at the specific request of the Archbishop of the cathedral, who wanted the music to be lively and very upbeat and short. So this was a piece of music. These were sonatas that were played between the New Testament reading and the Gospel reading. And we normally sing a hymn on Sunday mornings at that particular location. But during their services, he would play these very short pieces. So you will hear two of them in this evening's program. You will also hear two fantasies which were written for organ. And my friend and colleague, Michael Stairs, who was up there by the organ, who is the organist of the Philadelphia Orchestra, and Bryn Mawr, the Episcopal Church of Redeemer in Bryn Mawr, will be playing the most wonderful piece that Mozart wrote for organ, a fantasy in F minor, Herschel 608. Now you see all these K's, and you may already know that K is the initial for the man, Herschel, who cataloged all of the works of Mozart. So you see these numbers and with a K. That gives you an idea if it's a late number, if it's in the 500s or 600s, you know it was near the very end of his life. And in fact, in the last 2 years of his life, 1790 and 1791, he wrote two fantasies for organ. And you will hear both of them tonight. Now, they were written originally for a small instrument. They were commissioned by an Austrian field marshal who also collected musical instruments that were mechanical instruments, clocks, musical clocks, and that were animated, and various types of mechanical instruments. They were also instruments which had in them little tiny organ pipes. Some of them did. And it was for this kind of an instrument that he wrote these fantasies. Now, when he was writing it, it was for a commission, obviously, and for him it was bread and butter. And he was traveling while he was writing this, and he wrote to his wife, Costanza, I really am tired of this piece and this commission, and I wish I could get it over with, but I have to do it. If it were written for a big organ, I would be thrilled. But it's written for this little clock which has these childish-sounding pipes. And he said, I'd like it to have a big sound. So when he wrote it, he actually wrote it on 5 or 6 staves. And it doesn't tell you what's written for the right hand, or what's written for the left hand, or what's written for the feet. It's written on 5 staves. So this is then taken and amalgamated by the editors and put together in an edition so that it's readable for 3 staves, one for the right hand, one for the left hand, one for the feet. So Michael will be playing the first one, and this has a form of it's an ABA. It has an opening, brilliant bravura, almost French overture section with very dotted rhythms, and then a little fugue. And then in the middle of the piece, there's quiet pieces played on flutes and woodwind sounds. And this is perhaps the sound that is closest to these little clock organs, mechanical clocks that you would heard. And then it ends with a thrilling fugal section again, and he always introduces each section with this French overture dotted rhythm. It's great stuff to play and enjoy and to hear, and very reminiscent of his orchestral music. The other fantasy is the opposite of that. It starts softly, then it has a very cheerful middle part, and then ends softly again, almost mournfully. It's a very plaintive sound. So it's the negative or the reverse side of the one we'll hear at the opening. And then you will hear 3 pieces of choral music. The first, which was written when he was 12 years old. And you'll see that Venus Sancti Spiritus has K47. So you know he was still in short pants at that time. And writing prodigiously. But this is a wonderful little piece. And you will hear in it the strings and the little organ here. The pipes of this organ are up here on the side wall. They play from here, this little keyboard, and they also play from the main organ keyboard back there. And then the next piece that you will hear, that is a choral piece, Paccido is from the opera Idomeneo, which is being performed today in Salzburg, and it's rarely performed in the United States. So hopefully we'll hear more of it. This is a very beautiful chorus and very serene. I think you will enjoy it. And then the last choral, Regina Coeli, is an antiphon that was sung. It's part of the Magnificat, an antiphon that was followed the Magnificat that was sung in services, and it has an Easter theme and a Marian theme. And this is a very energetic piece which uses the resources of the choir and the quartet and the strings. So this was a festive antiphon, and we know that because of the orchestration that it calls for. But tonight we're using a small orchestration of the organ and more strings. So I'm very glad that the strings are here, and they will be our full orchestra for this music. And this is part one of our celebration. And I'll finish the speech in just 1 second. Part two is February 26th, at which time we will be doing the Coronation Mass and a couple of concert arias that were written by Mozart for concert version, as opposed to being part of an opera. And these pieces are a couple of them secular, and then the very sacred Mass in C, the Coronation Mass, we will do with full orchestra. So I hope that you will be able to come back and share with us. That's at 4 o'clock on Sunday the 26th, and that's in your, I think, in bold print, in your program. So I'm grateful to you for coming. I'm grateful to all of those who have participated as sponsors. And we have yet another concert to come, and if you would like to participate more, and yet again, please feel free to do so, because without your assistance, we can't really do something of the size of the scale that we're doing. So, without further ado, I will tell you also on the back page it says that we have a reception, and we have a special reception tonight with beautiful cakes made by the French baker who's 2 doors away, and atmosphere. So I hope that you will come and join us immediately following the concert right next door for a lively and animated time of music plus refreshments. So without further ado, would you please welcome Michael Scales.